Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. This weekend I am going to be trying to do a 24 in 48. I saw this idea on Sid the bookworm. I saw this on her channel and she attempted it and it went a little astray for her, but she had mixed results and I thought it was such a fun idea because I absolutely love 24-hour readathons, 48-hour readathons, but sometimes you feel like you've lost time and then you can't make it back up. So the whole entire point of this one is you have 48 hours to try to read for 24 hours. So that still lets me sleep and not feel guilty. That still lets me like stop reading for a little bit, like if I get a headache or something. It's great. I will be officially starting at 7 p.m., which is in 10 minutes on Friday, and I'll be finishing Sunday at 7 p.m. and I'll be keeping track of all the hours I read. What am I currently reading? Well, going into this weekend, I am about 70% through Oathbringer, which is the third book in the Stormlight Archives, and I'm loving it. So I want to finish that up this weekend. I think on the speed I'm listening to, I have like 8 hours left, so it shouldn't be hard. That sounds too high. It might be less than that actually. Then I am also reading House of Leaves. I will not be finishing this weekend. I am buddy reading it, so I'll just have to read my section for each day. Right now I'm at page 40. This evening I need to get to page 60 and then page 80 and then page 100. We're doing 20 pages a day. I am also reading Crossbones, which is an arc, and I'm really having a good time with it. I am 25% through. I'm hoping to finish it up and then also, you know, mark off on NetGalley that I finished and write my little review. I have, I think, 2 to 4 graphic novels from NetGalley that I hope to get to this weekend. I haven't started any of them. Okay, it's officially 7 o'clock, so I'm gonna start by listening to some of Oathbringer. Good morning. I woke up at 7 a.m., but I laid in bed on TikTok until about 7:40. So I'm gonna get up now and I'm gonna get ready for the morning and then I'm gonna go on my walk, hopefully starting right at 8 o'clock. And then I'm gonna come back and we'll just be doing stuff around the house. I'm back. I walked about 3.5 miles. Time to have some food and then do some chores. It is noon. I have read 3 hours today. I woke up at 7 and I didn't read until 8. I went on a walk and I listened to my audiobook the entire time. I came back and laid on the floor for about an hour and then the rest of the hour I cooked and then ate. So I listened to my audiobook during that and then I took an hour off to edit my video and upload it and then to do some cleaning and like vacuuming around here. And then I did another hour of listening to Oathbringer. I have 2.5 hours left. I don't know if you guys remember this bookcase. It used to have like planks coming out the front of it. My mom and I took those off and I'm about to take it out back and sand it because they were glued on. I got it like used at a bookstore and it's a really cool shelf, but I want to be able to use it for things. And those shelf extensions were keeping me from doing that. So I'm gonna take it out back and sand it. I want to listen to my audiobook while I'm doing it, but I don't know how loud the sander is gonna be. That didn't take as long as I thought. about 15 minutes to sand the whole thing. I do need to go back and do a little bit of hand sanding before I paint it, but I got so much dirtier than I thought I was going to get. So there's no option. I have to stop now and either go to the pool or get a shower. So it looks like it's about to rain. So right now might be the best opportunity to go to the pool real quick and then come back and shower. Chill out. I forgot I have book club at 2, so I will have to stop to do that at some. Book club went great. So now I'm gonna sit and read House of Leaves. It is 4 o'clock. We went a little bit longer than normal, but that's fine because I got the rest of the night to chill and read. I just finished my section of House of Leaves. It takes me about an hour to read 20 pages of this book. So I read 20 pages of the main storyline, and then I read about 40 pages in the appendix to catch up on some of the footnotes. So this book has footnotes, and you have to connect some of the footnotes to things in the appendix in order to get the full story. And it's a little bit insane, and it's honestly not like reading a normal book because you kind of have to work for it and you have to piece things together. And I was searching up things on my phone and connecting the dots and doing all kinds of stuff. It's not an easy book to read. I am glad that I'm reading it, but I honest to God don't think I will recommend this to anyone when I finish it because it's a hard book to read. Not like content wise or like graphic or anything. It's just difficult to read. I honest to God don't even know what I'm gonna rate this at the end because it's so all over the place. Anyways, I am about an hour out from hitting the 24-hour mark, and I have not read for 12 hours. That was what I was kind of hoping is, you know, at the halfway point, I would have read for half of the time. So I have read 8 hours, which means I'm very short, which means I don't think I'm gonna hit the 24 hours in the 48 hours, but I'm gonna try my best tomorrow to do it. And I still have all this evening. But I'm going to take a break right now and eat my pizza that I just ordered. And then after that, I'm going to sit down and either I'm going to start by reading a graphic novel because I got a few from NetGalley just for this weekend, or I'm going to finish up Oathbringer. I have just finished Oathbringer. It is 8:30. Oathbringer, I rated it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. That is what I rated it the first time. I've been saying all different things on my channel. I did rate it a 4.5 the first time, and that's what I'm rating it the second time. The main reason why I'm not rating it a full 5 stars like I have the past two is there's just kind of this middle section where I do get a little bit bored with the story. It was still good. It was still amazing. And honestly, like the ending was 5 stars and the beginning was 5 stars. I really loved this book and I cannot wait to pick up Rhythm of War. Honest to God, I'd pick up Rhythm of War right now if it weren't for the fact that it was a buddy read and for the fact that it's like super long and I need to be reading other things. Good morning. I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning, which makes sense because I went to bed at 10 last night. So I guess my brain will only let me sleep 8 hours. I laid in bed for about an hour. It was a little bit less, but I wasn't on TikTok this time. I was quite literally just laying there wishing that I could fall back asleep. And then I read for about 30 minutes. I read Crossbones. So I'm gonna get up and get ready, get dressed, all that good stuff. And then I think I'm gonna move downstairs and read some more of it, or I might go outside and read some if the weather's nice to get my first hour complete. Okay, now I'm dressed. I would listen to the Sword of Kaigen while I was getting ready this morning. I've decided that that is my next audiobook. So I actually have to run to the store just to pick up like 1 or 2 items. So I'm gonna listen to it in the car on the way there and on the way back. And since I listened for 30 minutes last hour, I'm gonna use those 30 minutes to count for, it's not even gonna be 30 minutes at the store, but to count for the time that I'm in the store and I can't listen to my audiobook because this is just super chill and we're having fun here. And my camera died right when I left, so it doesn't matter. That wasn't a super exciting trip, to be honest. I got mostly just like household things that I need. I got a spray bottle, hydrogen peroxide, because I need to do some TLC on some of my plants. I got some tonic water because I made this like blackberry gin thing that I saw on TikTok and I realized I didn't have anything to mix it with. I got some hand sanitizer because I need one to refill the one in my purse and I figured that was pretty cheap. Chapstick because I'm out. Putty because the freaking things on my wall keep falling down and I'm using like old double-sided tape, so might as well switch to putty. And then iron because I've been out of iron for a long time and I'm iron deficient, and I think that's part of why I've been so exhausted recently, to be honest, because it's been enough time that it would have left my system completely. So unfortunately what means is I'm gonna have to take this for like 2 weeks, I think it is, before I'm gonna start like really feeling the effects. But you know what, I'm gonna take one right now. I don't have water. I'm gonna go take one in just a minute. I've been listening to the Sword of Kaigen. I'm really enjoying it so far. First off, I wasn't expecting it to be a contemporary fantasy because it has swords and magic and everything, but it takes place in this really small village. I'm not sure where yet, but somewhere in Eastern Asia. And the small village is very much so like a traditional, so they do still use swords. And in this village, like one of the boys was talking about like, oh, we don't even have video games, but they reference things in like the main part of the world or the rest of the world, I don't even know what to call it, that are like modern things. So right now I've been introduced to one boy and then the sister-in-laws. So there are 2 brothers who are nobility and they've both married these 2 women. And then there is this other woman who is their friend who's married to a different nobleman. One of the women used to be a sword fighter and she's very well trained, and she's kind of having to give all of that up, or she had given it all up a long time ago in order to have a family and raise her boys and do like the womanly thing. They're trying to raise their boys together and they're trying to distill good values in them, not let them become misogynistic pigs, but it is like a man's world for them, and so they're kind of limited. But I really love them. I think they're great. And I'm excited to continue on and learn more about like what this story is gonna be about. And I'm pretty sure there are some characters I haven't met yet that are gonna be important to the story. I got my gardening done and then I was so into the Sword of Kaigen that I sat on the couch and just listened to it. I'm 5.5 hours into the audiobook. I am listening on 2.2 times speed, so I don't actually know how long I've been listening, but I'm enjoying every minute of it. I'm so in love with this book. But I am going to stop listening to it now because I am buddy reading it with a friend and she wasn't able to start it yet. So I feel bad already being 25% through the book when she hasn't even started the book. So I'm gonna get my Kindle, I'm gonna get my bathing suit on, and I'm gonna go sit by the pool for the next hour and read Crossbones because I do need to take a chunk out of that. My Kindle says I have 3 hours left in it, but last night when I was reading it said I had 4 hours left, and I read maybe 20 minutes last night, and then when I woke up this morning it said 3 hours, so I don't trust it, but I am somewhere between 30 and 40% done with it. So I'd like to finish it today, but it's all gonna just depend on my motivation for like physically reading. It's noon and I've made it to 50% through Crossbones. I think I'm gonna hang out here for a while longer though and keep reading. Pardon me, I look absolutely normal, but I actually just got done sobbing. And by sobbing, I mean there were tears down my face, down my neck, down my chest, into my shirt. I was crying so hard because of the book I was reading, not because of something that was happening in my life. So I made it to 60% through Crossbones. It's not the book that made me cry. I then decided to put it down and pick up one of my graphic novels. So I picked up the Hideaway by Pam Smy. And let me tell you, this book, 5 out of 5 stars. I finished it because I was reading it while sprinting with some friends. I'm done with that now. I am gonna go get some food and then I'm gonna read for my last hour because it is like 10 minutes until 6, which is my last hour to read in this 48-hour readathon. Anyways, this book, amazing. It is technically like a middle grade, but I really think that it is one of those like ageless books. So you could really read it at any age and get something out of it. It didn't feel necessarily like it was made only for middle schoolers. And it's about this boy who runs away from home because there is some domestic abuse issues at home, and he lives in a graveyard and he meets this old man there, and the old man says that he won't tell the police about him if the boy helps him clean up the graveyard for a few days to see something magical happen at the end. And then we are also following the police and his mom as they were trying to investigate and find him and figure everything out. And we were watching his mom like overcome the position that her boyfriend has put her in because he is physically and mentally abusing her, and watching her grow strong and be confident and realize that she's not alone and that she can stand up to him. And it was just so good. It was so good. What was really cool is the parts about the boy were graphic novel, full page graphic novel. So there were words like in paragraphs, and then there were like drawings all around them, and the drawings were beautiful. I really, really liked them, would rate them 5 out of 5 stars. But the sections from the mom's point of view and the police officer's point of view were just like words on a page, but it wasn't like reading a chapter book, even though there were chapters. It was so good. So good. Anyways, so I'm gonna quickly get some dinner going in the next 10 minutes. I'm gonna read this last hour. I'm gonna hopefully go back to Crossbones. Hello, it's 7 p.m. on Sunday night. It's 6:59. We're gonna call it 7. I didn't read that last hour. By the time I finished making dinner and eating, I was just like, there's only like 30 to 40 minutes left in the hour, and I couldn't focus, so I watched TV. But I am gonna sit down and do some more reading, but I'm gonna call it quits here. So I read for 21 out of the 24 hours, which is pretty damn decent. I'm very happy with that. Hello, I have a notification. I'm very happy with that. I finished Oathbringer, which I only had to read like 10 hours of it or something like that when I first started this weekend. I don't even know anymore. It might have been like 7. And then I started The Sword of Kaigen, and I got a pretty good chunk through it. And then I started and finished the Hideaway. And then I made a decent way through Crossbones. And then I made some progress through House of Leaves. I think I ended up reading somewhere around 60 pages of House of Leaves, including all the appendix stuff that I had to get through. That's really great. How did your weekend go? Are you having a good one? Are you wishing it wasn't over? Because I wish mine wasn't over. That's the end of the video. I don't have a funny thing to say here. And I don't remember how my outro goes, but until next time, I will talk to you in the comments. Bye.